Hello viewers. Tonight, or rather this morning, it's 5 a.m. We're going to read chapter 7 of Claymore. Now, apparently she has been struck by a voracious eater, as they are called, and everybody's just looking. They want to see what's going to happen. Grrrr! Grrr. What? The hell? Is that a Yoma? Where could it have? Grrr. Okay, is dash a sound? Of course not. Dash, never mind. Here it comes. Damn! My sword won't. Thwack. Grow. Huh? I can't do sound effects for the dripping. I mean, they have it written down, but okay. Wham! Okay, that's the next one. It's gone. Thunk? I don't know. I try to create a comparable sound, but some people are very good at making noises with their mouth. I am not. I struggle with that. There are other people, and of course, just search videos on YouTube. You'll find all types of people who know how to make different noises with their mouth. It's hard to explain how people do that, but I've never had a skill for it. Thud. Hey, why did you? Kawam. Thwack. Whoosh. Okay, I had reversed. It was supposed to be whoosh, thwap. You! Stay back! There's nothing you can do! Crack! Okay, he broke the sword with one strike. What? Whoosh! Whoosh! Thunk! Run! Get off my way! Oh goodness. I don't know how that was. I had to be sort of loud. Thwack! Oh goodness, no. It's very disturbing, and how the nails just, I don't know. I've seen a lot of anime that do this type of thing with the nails. What was it? Full Metal Alchemist, you had a character called Lust, and she had nails that sort of grew and extended. No matter how many times I see it, it never quite makes sense, but hey, manga, comic books, whatnot, it doesn't usually make that much sense. Oh goodness. Okay. Now, I don't know why they didn't run after they saw this and it broke the sword. I have to say, they're pretty brave because, to be entirely honest, I don't think, I don't know. I mean, I will admit that these characters, at least in the manga, in this particular manga, they were pretty brave considering what had just happened in front of their eyes. All things considering. Grow! I don't know how good that sort of monster noise is, but I mean that's what it says. I mean it. I mean it probably sounds pretty terrible and stupid, but what can I do? All right. What? Okay, twitching noises. however you would make those. Dosh! Okay, these people have not run away yet. I know I would have. Throbbing noises, however you would make these. I really don't know how you would, so I'm not gonna try. Glint? Okay. So his right eye was closed. And the right eye usually is considered the dexterous eye, so to speak, the eye that symbolizes the sun and as well as goodness to some extent. And the left eye does not have good connotations and symbolism. Of course, I don't think it's really that intricate in this fight scene, but you know, I always try to help people understand different types of signs and symbols. Anyhow, let's continue. Hurry! Did you round up every available soldier? Yes, sir. Whoa! What on earth is it? That's a Yoma. Okay, chish. Bam. Wait! Zot. Gawk! Sid! Are you okay? Okay. She is down. Is she dead? Okay, checking the pulse for a heartbeat. No. Her heart's still beating. Zot. Oh. Okay. I really need to slow down with these sound effects. But I mean, I don't know, can they be more descriptive? Who knows? I continue to complain about this. Gawk, what are you doing? Why don't you just forget about her? She's part monster. She saved my life. I owe her, even if she is part monster. Claire, is that you? Clop, 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 clop. Hey, mister, is my sister back yet? Your sister? Huh? She's not here. But you came in to get her last night. How could you... Creak. Grabbed the boy right by the hair. You boy, come with me. Let me go! Come to finish what you started last night, did you? I won't let you lay a finger on my sister. Got that, pumpkinhead? Whack. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I shouldn't take that much enjoyment out of that, but I don't know. Thwonk. Thud. Okay. It had to hurt. But he was a little too excited. And he had to calm him down. He had to knock some sense into him. Okay. Hey, stop that. You. What was that for? Get your things. I'll take you to your sister. What are you... How do you know where she is? Shut up and follow me. You want to hear her dying words, don't you? Okay. Well, the voracious eater seemed to do a number on her. Okay. Claire! Claire! Wake up! Say something! Father, what happened? Is she alright? Well? I tried to help, but giving her physiology, I didn't know what to do. All I could do was bandage her wounds. But if that's all, then Claire will die. Like I said, she's dying. Treating her won't do more than comfort her. It's just monsters and half-breeds killing each other. Nothing to get worked up about. Bam! Or bagam. I mean, it's sort of... I thought he was not as tall as him. Would you... I want to... And you know, hey, people... I'm going to talk a little. Because some of the punches don't particularly make sense because... I mean, he's still a boy and, you know, you have to get up there to reach it. I think he's taller than him, isn't he? And I was saying the same thing. I was thinking the same thing when I played Final Fantasy 13. Actually, one moment. Let me see if I'm recording. Okay, I'm recording. I just have to make sure. Do any of you remember when lightning used to punch Snow? Okay, Snow is this big, tall person. He's like 6'3" or 6'5" or something like this. Basically, I don't know if he's even 7 feet. And Lightning is a lot shorter than him. Now, in Final Fantasy 13, you used to have these scenes where Lightning would just punch the... Okay. Should I search for this? Should I really take the time to search for Lightning punching Snow? I mean, and I know that's spelled wrong because I have the microphone in one hand and, you know. Some people use headsets, but for this stuff I don't really use headsets. Anyhow, Lightning punches Snow, basically. Okay, and you wonder how she reaches up that far. Honestly. That's one of the situations where I would ask, how does she reach up that far? Because he's a pretty tall guy, but you punch him right in the face. Okay, why did I get the Japanese? I didn't want to get the Japanese one. Okay, I guess if you punch up. Okay, I guess if you punch up, sure. But I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a little ridiculous. I mean, you mean to tell me this big guy, little woman like Lightning, I mean, sure, you're a lassie or whatnot, but I mean, it's... Oh my goodness, that's still a little... I don't know. I mean, it's the same situation where you look at the punch and you think... Did you have to get on your tippy toes to make that little boy? Did you have to jump up? Did you have to do an aerial maneuver? I mean, it seems a little too... I mean, I understand. Hey, we have to make it thematic. We have to make it dramatic. Hey, look, you really angered him, and he's... You know, he really cares about her. Oh, it has to be so, you know... Oh, look, he really showed him. But, hey, in real life... he probably would have had to get on his tippy toes. This man would have saw that coming. He would have took a step back and he probably would have fell down on his face. And I know this from experience. Punching a taller person... I mean, and we just saw Lightning do it. Yet, it's sort of harder to get a clear punch on the taller person unless you're hitting the body, of course. And if you know what you're doing, you can do a lot of damage to a person's body. Especially if you're fighting a tall person. And I don't recommend fighting. I'm a Christian. And so I subscribe more to Quakerism. You see the man on the Quaker oat box. Okay, that's me. Not literally, but ideologically, I'm sort of a Quaker. I'm sort of a quietist. I'm sort of an individual who doesn't like to get in fights, a pacifist, so to speak. I'm part of that whole old-fashioned movement where, hey, you know, you're a Christian... Jesus said, turn the other cheek. I don't get involved in that stuff, but hey, I have some history of just knowing when you punch a taller person, I mean, usually it does not result like this. And I know some of you are thinking, why is he going on such a tangent? I mean, but honestly, I mean, I mean, it's sort of amazing because oftentimes when I have done it, this is not the result that I get. It's very hard to get this result when you're punching a person who is taller than you. Now, hey, I mean, you're shorter. You go to the solar plexus, or you go to the pit of the stomach, and you really, what you do is what, if you're fighting a taller person, and none of you need to know this, you're not going to be able to punch the face effectively. So you punch the solar plexus, which is right here, sort of underneath the chest, sort of, or if you're pretty sadistic, you punch the heart and you do some crazy stuff. But I mean, you have to have pretty good skill to actually punch bone. So, you have to know how to protect your knuckles and such. But you don't punch the face. Punching the face when you're fighting a taller person, I just put it this way, usually it does not result in a success. But it seems as though his punch really hit the spot. But, I mean, if anything, I think if we were being realistic, he would be on his tippy toes, or he would have to do what you call Superman punch in MMA. But yes, I'm a Quaker type Christian person, pacifist person, Martin Luther King and all that. Hey, I mean, I know about fighting. I don't do it. I have no intention of doing it. Jesus told us not to resist evil. This life is not for long, and so, God will be the judge. That type of thing. That is me. But, I mean, in terms of fighting, for all of you who may be a bit younger or may lack experience, yeah, don't do what he did. What he did was, it looks good, but no. I don't think you'll get his result. I think if you were him and you did this in real life, he'd probably punch you right in the face, because I mean, it'd be so easy to dodge that because you're shorter. And look at your trajectory. Look at the trajectory of that punch. Clear to the face. Okay, when you're fighting a shorter person, it's common sense. If you're fighting a taller person, all he has to do is move his head, because you can't reach, you're not on his level in terms of height. So sensibly, if you're fighting a taller person, I just have to say it. And anime, manga, comic books, they're never really that realistic, but I have to give people a warning. Do not do what he did. If you're fighting a taller person, I mean, there's so many things you can do. Attack the viscera, attack his solar plexus. But if you think you're going to get a clean hit on the face with a person who is substantially taller than you, I'm just going to say it. Please do not do what he did. You will get yourself hurt. You probably will. You're going to be jumping up to punch him in the face. Okay, it's just like I said, he had to do some type of aerial maneuver to get on his tippy toes. He had to be on his toes or something, which, if you're punching on your toes, if you're jumping and doing a punch, it, for one thing, is very predictable and telegraphed, but another thing is that you're not going to have as much force. You might as well punch the body. I mean, Mike Tyson was a pretty short guy in comparison to many of his opponents, but those people were scared of Mike Tyson because he did so much damage to the body. Yes, he was shorter, but was he trying to punch the face at all times? No. You start with the body, and then when they bend over because of the pain that you're doing to their body, then you punch the face. But I mean, this is fantasy stuff, because this is probably one of the biggest fantasies in the series, in the whole manga, in my opinion. I mean, I was talking about carrying two-handed swords with one hand and how ridiculous that was. But I have to say it, this is pretty ridiculous that he can just do a clear punch, a clean punch on him. I mean, this, you can see the recoil. You can see how he's just, how that impacted him. And I have to say no. no, this is pure fantasy. Maybe in your dreams, but I mean, for the rest of us, we know full well if we're fighting a taller person, we're going to go to the body. Once they bend over, then once they're crouching over in pain, that is when you hit the face. Not me, of course, because I'm it's just like I said, I am more of that mindset, Quaker Christian mindset, passive mindset, where, hey, I'm not going to be doing this anyway, but I know from experience that this does not work. And you may think it does, but I mean, some of you, all of you who've been in the fight and you have fought a taller person, you know what I'm saying is true. Because, there are some situations, if you're fighting a taller person, yeah, you can get them in a headlock or something like that. If you can get in the right position and you're able to get them crouched over somehow. And then basically, because they have longer reach, they have longer arms, they have longer legs. What you have to do is you have to punch the areas that are available to you. And that's true in any case. It's just like regarding a taller person. A taller person, it makes sense for him to punch the face because he can basically reach, punch your face, and back away. Which is exactly what Muhammad Ali would do in a lot of his fights. And a lot of taller boxers and just fighters in general. They like to keep a range. But you see, most of the damage is done at close range, and with shorter arms, obviously, you hit the body and you do far more damage. But you have to really, I really didn't like that because I have some, I don't know how it would be said. Oh no, you're shocking the priest. Please stop doing this. Damn. You. Shut your mouth. What do you know about Claire? She's prepared to die fighting. She's risking her life to protect us humans. You little... Whack. Quack. Okay. He said, hey, you got a lucky punch on me. You little brat. But now you're going to get it back. And I have to say, it's just like I said, good for that realism. But for one thing, he never would have got a punch that clean on him in the first place because, he'd be standing on his tippy toes. He'd be having to jump. He'd be having to do some aerial maneuvers. But yes. He gave a clean counter. And he should receive that clean counter because he should learn how to fight better. Go for the body when you're fighting taller people. Okay, I say that from experience. Of course, my recommendation is that you don't fight at all. And that you do it the Quaker way, you do it the pacifist way, and decide to, not really get involved in these disputes, but hey, interesting. Oh, whack, wham. Okay, now we've taken realism out. Because now, we basically have a fight where, we're getting clean headshots. And I don't think his headshot should not be this clean. You're a little boy. Okay? You're fighting a person who's taller than you. You have to use intelligence. And this is not intelligent fighting because this is not even realistic. Okay? When I look at, especially when I look at unarmed fighting, when I look at things of unarmed martial arts, of course, anime and manga and comic books, they can't really capture fighting that well, and they can't really do it in a way that is realistic, of course, but in real fighting, okay, I'm skipping ahead, but I see he's not going to get away with that. Okay, let me continue. Claire took me in when a Yoma killed my family. My village threw me out. When I had no one left, she said I could come with her. Do you have any idea how happy that made me? Claire is kinder and more gentle than any regular person. Kabam! Wop dump. Okay, I don't know how to say. What dump? Okay, some of these sound. Never mind. Never mind. I will always complain about the sound effects. Oh, this is pathetic. I'm going back to my post. Okay, I mean, okay, you got him to bleed in the mouth, but I mean, no, Rocky or whatever his name does not know how to do a fist fight because, for one thing, when you're shorter, you have to stay close, but he has, he's not that heavy, so, he can get pretty knocked around because he's light and he's a little kid, but, still, if you know what you're doing, especially when you're fighting a taller person, you do not go for headshots until they're in a position for you to do a headshot. You don't just do the headshot right in the beginning. If you're fighting a taller person, there's a rhythm to fighting. Okay, there's a rhythm to fighting. Fighting is like a dance, and there are certain things to be taken into consideration. Now, short people have their advantages and tall people have their advantages. When you're fighting a taller person, it's like a dance, and there's certain courtesies that should be taken into account. It is not wise to try to mess up the head. We see normal boxing today. Everyone goes for headshots. Most of the time, most people are inexperienced. Read the old boxing manuals. Most people went for body shots. And furthermore, you read stories about Daniel Mendoza, Richard Humphreys, Jack Broughton, Tom Johnson. A lot of those people were short, and they were all champions. And there are some stories of those people, how they fought. A lot of those people, it was well known, you don't go for headshots in the beginning of the fight. For one thing, doing headshots, it does a psychological thing. You give a person a headshot, they give you a headshot back. Common sense is that and the rhythm of fighting is that if you're shorter, you go for the body shots first. You wait until the fight goes on, and then you go for the headshots. As they start to bend over, that's when you go for the headshots. But I cannot help but say that because some people, and you may not be as stupid as other people, where you think, hey, I can learn how to fight from manga and anime. No, do not take this into consideration and try to base your fighting on what you saw on some anime. Trust me, it will not work. Sure, we all did weird things in high school and in middle school, especially elementary school, where we tried to pretend to be Naruto and all of that weird nonsense. But let me tell you, just do not do it, people. Know what you're doing. Use some practicality. You can get hurt from doing this. Okay, you can get hurt. If you're short, stay close. Go for body shots. Don't try to attack a person's head in the beginning. Anyhow, I have just been going on. That commentary was far too long for a little fight scene between Rocky and that other guy. Okay, slam. Goes the door. Are you alright, my boy? Okay. That's terrible crying. That's a little too much. I should have just did the sniffs. Whatever. I really can't do the crying. Stop crying. It's not over yet. I owe her oh goodness. Okay, I'm getting tripped up, people. Let me get a grip on myself. I owe her my life too. I can't let her die before I've paid my debt. A faithful heart draws strength. However faintly it may be, there's still hope. One moment, please, people. I will come back in a few seconds. Okay. Goodness, if this was edited, I wouldn't have to do that, but since I'm not good at editing, and this is more of an improv sort of thing. Oh goodness, my mouse dropped. Yeah. If I have to go, I usually have to walk away. However, what I should have did was, I could have played some gameplay, but I mean, it's too late now. I could have just cut on the gameplay so you wouldn't have to look at the same screen for a while. I have a bit of a cold here. And so I just had to go and to the bathroom. Anyhow, so have faith. It's the only way to help her. Okay, he's nodding. Okay. He's praying. He's praying that she will get better. Okay, the priest is looking. He's very proving that the child has faith. Okay. I don't know how to do a wheeze sound effect. I'm not gonna try. Claire! Claire, wake up! Claire! Rocky! No, she has to have a more, I don't know. Rocky! Yeah, it's more of, her voice will be a bit weaker anyway. I don't know. I try to do these voices, but I cannot say how good they'll come out, because basically all of this is improvisation. Okay, it's all improv. It is all improv. I mean, I'm not a voice actor in any sense, and I mean, you have a lot of people, especially comedians, who can do all types of impressions, and they can do an excellent job with that type of thing. Not so much me. Okay, now let me get in the hang of it. Okay. Claire! Thank goodness! Claire! Okay, who's saying wah 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 wah? Who's saying wah wah wah? Is it him saying wah wah wah? Wah? I don't. To tell you the truth, I do not know who is saying wah 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 wah. Or is it wah 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 wah? Okay, come on. You mean to tell me his crying is wah wah wah? No. Never mind. I mean, I have tried. It seems like the noises and the sound effects are always a puzzle to me. And so you may see me, I'm trying to decipher the puzzle of these sound effects and figure out some things, because I don't think it's her saying wah wah wah. If that's the case, that is I think it's him, but okay, we have that Gashan sound effect. Why are the doors, the sound effect of the doors is Gashan. Okay. Let me get back into it. So she's awake. Good. Forgive me, Father. I've caused you trouble. Not at all. I'm just glad you're all right. Tell me, what's going on? How long have I been here? It's been 2 days since you were attacked. Gawk and Sid carry you out. They bumped into me and we brought you to my room. That is a nice room. I like the brick. Okay, never mind. Rocky has been at your side ever since. He prayed the whole time for you to wake up. Okay, I have to stop. I mean, I cannot really do the crying. Forgive me, Father, but I have a request. Okay, I'm sort of stumbled over the words there. Now, I did like this chapter. Any chapter that I don't know. I do not know. I liked it, to tell you the honest truth. I think that chapter was not so bad. However, the biggest problem I had with that chapter was the fact that you have Rocky. He had to do some type of aerial punch. He had to step on his toes. I did not like that punch. That punch seems a great deal, I don't know, unscientific to me. I mean, as a person who has been in fights before, but who now is, I've went on the Quaker path. I went on the pacifist path. Okay, I'm doing a pacifist run through life, so to speak. That RPG term. I'm doing a pacifist run now, and I don't really want to get into fights. It's not good for my face, for my appearance. It hurts, and so not to mention it's not nice. So I do not involve myself in fighting, but I know a thing or two, and especially at school, you sort of realize when you're fighting a taller person, it's kind of hard to reach up there and get a clean hit on the face. So that was my problem. But I did not know how well I did this morning. As I said many times before, this is a mix of basically narration, commentary, and I told another viewer, because I told him what this basically is. And I had never said this before. It's basically a reaction to, even though I've read this before, but I read this before a long time ago, and now I'm rereading it. So, it's sort of a mix of all three of those things, and I told him, I said, this is experimental, which it basically is. It's sort of an experiment for me. I thought I was going to read Uncle from Another World alongside this one, but I've decided, Claymore is so big, and my range of videos is just so broad, that I should probably just read Claymore for now. Another thing that maybe some of you have seen is a dispute that I've had, which, some of you, it has probably went over some of your heads, and you're probably thinking, what are the recent videos about? It's about charlatans and people who are making money in the church and are displaying some pretty, how should I say, terrible conduct for teachers. And I mean, those videos, they're full of drama, because it has to do with two people who basically, I suppose what you call hate watch my channel, and they don't like that I've said things about them. That's a whole rabbit hole that maybe you want to see, maybe you don't. Even if you're not Christian, I personally think it is good to know when people are trying to sort of swindle you in a sense. In other words, it's like this. If someone says, hey, I'm here to teach you and all of that talk, and I have a testimony and all of this, I mean, it would be nice if they actually practice what they preached. There are a lot of people like that, but that's a whole nother avenue that the channel takes. Another thing, which other videos do I do? The video game videos having to do with Elden Ring and Demon Souls. Sometimes I do those, but the range is so broad I have to get back to making these types of videos with manga. Because if I don't decide to do the manga narration and commentary videos, I'm not going to do them. So I really have to try to focus on this, and it's good to get away from all of the drama from two particular people who are weird, in my opinion. Truth Seeker and Draw to Restore. I mean, they're such strange people. And it is a very strange situation. A lot of it has to do with people thinking that, how should it be said? I mean, I could talk a few hours about that, but I'm not even going to get on that subject. It's just I know that those videos, most people, I mean, some people are interested in it, but I have such a wide audience. I have people like the manga, people like the video game stuff, people like the manga stuff, and basically things are going to be spread out. Right now, I would like to focus on the manga. So some of you who have been waiting, yes. I am sort of trying to get back into the habit of doing manga narration and commentary. As you know, my narration isn't exactly the best. The commentary may be entertaining. The reactions may be entertaining. Who knows? I really do not. I am still somewhat interested in reading another manga at the same time just to mix things up, but I haven't really decided if I want to do Promised Neverland or Uncle from Another World. I will have to basically see how well that goes in the future, but anyhow, if all goes well, I should make more of these. Anyhow, people, may you be blessed and farewell. Alright.